to anyone at all who has headed to the footlights thinking another opening, another show in Philly, Boston, or Baltimore, a chance for stage folks to say hello, another opening of another show. The First Lady of the Broadway musical, Miss Ethel Merman. Another job that you hope at last will make your future forget your past. Another vein where the ulcers grow. Another opening of another show. A gentleman who won a Tony Award, Mr. Robert Morris. The star of Broadway Seesaw, Michelle Lee. 4 weeks you rehearse and rehearse. 3 weeks and it couldn't be worse. 1 week, will it ever be right that out of the hat it's that big first night? Star of television, nightclubs, and a Tony Award winner, Mr. Jack Cassidy. Broadway's top banana himself, Mr. Phil Silvers. The overture is about to start. You cross your fingers and hold your heart. It's curtain time and away we go. Another opening, yes, another opening of another show. Great history and great memories for all of us on Broadway, and they're going to share those memories and relive some of those great moments with us today. We've got Bobby Morse, who had a small part in Say Darling, and then he had a bigger part in Take Me Along, and then he had a starring part in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and he grabbed off a Tony. And then there was Sugar, and that's history. And then we have Michelle Lee, who was in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying with Bobby, and last season she starred on Broadway in Seesaw. We've got Jack Cassidy, who's been in 28 Broadway shows. 28, count them, folks. I haven't memorized all the names, but then neither has he. I'll just tell you that some of the biggies were Wish You Were Here, Superman, She Loves Me, and Maggie Flynn.
Everybody's humming them.
Everybody's humming. Yes, Maggie Flynn, we're all humming that one. And for the last quarter of a century, Broadway's top banana starred in High Button Shoes, Top Banana, Do-Re-Mi. And when he got time off, he was Sergeant Bilko for all of us, Mr. Phil Silvers. Now, how about that? Many things like that. Now, what would a salute to Broadway be without its first lady? Her string of hits like Du Barry Was a Lady, Annie Get Your Gun, Call Me Madam, Gypsy. I mean, I'm only looking at the top of it, too. There are just hundreds of them there. She's entertained millions of people throughout the years. Miss Ethel Merman.
Here,
28, count them, 28.
28.
Listen, I said...
Must have started when he was 10.
Yeah.
When did you start?
Very young.
16.
Really?
16?
Wish You Were Here?
I was in a show. My first show was a show called Something for the Boys. And,
Something.
Yeah, I was in that.
Well, yeah,
I
you
know
were.
you were.
You were in too?
I was a
I
chorus
never
boy.
saw you in it.
Hello, this is Jack Cassidy.
Oh, you're putting me on.
You sat on my knee.
Sonny boy.
You want me to sing the score? Back in the days of gifty giving, when all God's daddies had greens, I'm always
never
doing
knew
something.
that you were a chorus girl. I mean, a chorus.
Well, I'm versatile. I want you to do. I can play both parts.
No,
No,
I've got to take
I wouldn't hit that, but then...
Yes.
Here in town? Here in town.
The returns are in, and I'll take anything you want.
Well, I'd like to do my impression of Jackie Gleason.
No, we save those one. Now, I wanted to ask, Ethel, I've seen you perform, and I named, DeBarry was a lady in Gypsy, and before that, there were like 15, 20, Cole Porter just
14 songs. 14 shows all in all.
14?
Yeah, 14. Yeah.
Any hits?
No. Don't you remember anybody?
Don't remember Jack Cassidy.
No, gee.
We'll get to you in a minute, though.
You didn't get to me.
Listen, Madam Cool, did you ever get nervous when you would...
No, fortunately, never.
You never did?
Never been nervous in my life, no.
Not with me next to it.
No, I didn't even know you were in the show. What are you talking about?
I would be nervous if I knew that Jack Cassidy...
I would have been nervous at something for boys if I had known he was in it, believe me.
Anthony, you were really you were very kind, considerate, and gentle with me. You really were.
I was?
And I met
I didn't even know.
I met your mother then.
Uh-huh.
We're in Philadelphia, and Joan Blondell replaced you.
That's right. She took it on the road.
That's right.
He
Yeah.
knows all those things. Well, you
Sure.
were.
I used to drive a car for Mike Todd, who produced the show. I was a chauffeur.
Well, you didn't lie, did you? You were really in that show.
Sure.
Diane, Jack, a very important note that'll explain the greatness of Merman. I did say to her once, she does the best opening nights of her whole performances. Her opening nights are the greatest. When we're all in the wings, usually on opening night, vomiting, I don't know why, she does the best opening nights. And I said, why? Why you, Ethel? And she gave the most profound answer, to repeat myself. She said, if any of them out there could do what I'm doing, they'd be up here doing it.
Absolutely, and that's true. That's a very profound statement. And also, there was another line that's credited to Ethel that's kind of funny when she said, when they pay $9.90 to see me in a show, they better be nervous, right?
Yeah. Now it's a little higher than that.
Now that's what the programs cost.
Just the playbill? Just the
Yeah.
playbill? Bobby, how many shows have you done?
Well, let's see. At last count, I started with The Matchmaker, Say Darling, Take Me Along, How to Succeed, Sugar. There's one more. Can't remember. 6. I've done 6.
Yeah, but you get nervous.
Most actors, I think, get nervous. It's an exception when I hear someone isn't nervous. So, Henry Fonda.
Why do you get nervous when you know what you're going to do? You've been rehearsing it
There's
for
something
4
about
weeks. You've
there's
been
something about opening night. There's something about opening night to me that I have the image of everyone out there going, "Show me," and it's a
Well, of course, that gives you all one incentive to say, all right, I'll show you.
Oh, I'm not nervous for long, just about an hour. And, but
Then it's intermission.
it's intermission, but I would say there is an extra, whether it's nervousness or nothing, you're right, it isn't that kind of nervousness, but because you have learned it with everybody else.
And
But
maybe it's tension.
You're up, but I still feel in the way I work with movement and or that kind of thing that I do, it inhibits me. It gets me a little uptight, and it stops me from doing something that I might be able to find on a subsequent evening when I'm a little more relaxed.
Yeah.
May I ask a question? Have you ever played nightclubs, Bobby?
No, never have.
I suspect that
Only when they've closed.
most performers would get over, most actors, Broadway actors, and I know it was true of me, you would get over your nerves opening night if you played nightclubs.
Oh, really?
Oh, I don't think so.
Don't you think so?
Don't
Really? Take time out to thank God, when we should do, take time out to be grateful.
Every day.
I'm grateful for these 3 things in the following order. I don't have to go to school today. I hated school. I don't have to fly. I've flown all over the world, especially during the war. I've even flown with Sinatra. That's like being in darkest Africa. And I don't have to play the copa. That's the 3 most grateful things I can think of.
Really?
Nightclub?
I have to. Well, I'm only going by me, Phil. I agree with you about. I don't think
You're
any of us
very
do anything
handsome,
without
and the
God.
women in the front row look up your trousers, and that's fine. But you see, I gotta make it on fun. And when they're drinking, and you're an idiot enough to get up in front of people who are drinking and eating, you gotta expect it.
Why? They're going to pay for my
It's
song?
a mystery I don't understand.
Did you have-
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Greatest audiences in the world. They're so attentive. Same people to the copa are blithering idiots.
Isn't that funny? They don't.
I finally found out why I think. They don't know each other. you know, so they can't communicate.
That's right.
They watch the actors.
But it is true when you're in a theater, they have come to see you. When they have come to Las Vegas or they've come to the Copa, Vegas is better, but when they've come to the Copa, they've come to see each other, check out what they're wearing, and they don't really care and get it off if it isn't all that great. But now, when you did How to Succeed together,
Yes.
and when they started to cast the movie,
Yeah.
weren't you sure that they were going to put Cary Grant and Elizabeth Taylor in the part?
No, not at all. Because the type of musical that How to Succeed is sort of convoluted movement and style and a comic kind of movie. It isn't like The King and I, or
Don't they usually do that? They cast
yes, I'm
somebody.
talking about that in the type of movie that How to Succeed was. That I don't think I don't know who they would have got to do it.
I must disagree with you. I don't think they come. That's not true of Ethel, and it's certainly not true of Phil, and more so for this lady. But they essentially don't come to see the performer unless that's what they come to see Frank Lesser, what score he's written. They used to come to see Josh Groban. They come to see a Rodgers and Hammerstein show. And shows they go to see a Hal Prince show because they know it's going to be, quote, a success.
You think so? I think they go to see the performers and in the property. Don't you
think everyone has favorites? Sure.
Well, that's not true of nightclubs. I mean, when your name is up there, they're going to see you.
I thought we got off the subject.
Well,
I thought we were talking about when they make a movie.
One point I did want to make, because I think before Jack sings his song, I want to say that I think Ethel should have played Ethel Merman Properties on the screen.
I agree.
Well, it's very sweet to say that.
Well, that's the truth.
But no, well, this is the thing. They give you the routine, you know, that you're not box office for picture.
I wished I played your roles on the screen, Ethel.
But I think you could.
Yeah.
After something for the boys, you can do anything.
We're going to be right back, right after this.
Oh, it's a leader.